Hey everybody. Well, welcome to my latest Detroit sports video here on January the 20th. I have to admit, I did not have a whole lot of choices for today's topic for choosing either a Piston of the day or a Red Wing of the day, as those are the two Detroit teams that I haven't done a video about a player from there yet, so there were only four people that were associated with the Pistons who I had to choose from. And two of those were from the Fort Wayne Pistons back before they moved to Detroit in the 50s. One guy named Clint Wager, who played one season for the Fort Wayne Pistons back in 1949-50, 63 games. Was born in 1920 on January the 20th. And then another guy who played between 1954 and 57, named Dick Rosenthal, who was born in 1933 on this day. He played 85 games for the Fort Wayne Pistons in 2 years. And then, a little bit more recently, but still back in the early days of the Detroit Pistons, there was a guy who played 12 years in the NBA and 950 games. And some of those, he played for the Pistons between 1959 and 64. A guy named Bailey Howell, who was born on this day in 1937 and is still alive today at age 89 today. And the one I chose was the fourth and most recent of these basketball players who was associated with the Pistons, although this one was not associated with them as a player, but he was as an assistant coach. A guy named Ron Harper. He was an assistant coach for the Pistons between 2005 and 2007. Played 1,009 games in the NBA over 15 years. He was born on this day in 1964. And there was one Detroit Red Wing ex-player that I found, born on this day. But he only played 46 games for the Wings over 2 years between 2011 and 2013. A guy named Jan Mersak, who I barely remember. He was born on this day in 1988. So I decided to choose Ron Harper. So Ron Harper, he was born Ronald Harper on January 20th, 1964 in Dayton, Ohio. And he's now known as Ron Harper Sr. because his son, Ron Jr., plays for the NBA's Boston Celtics on a two-way contract with the Maine Celtics of the NBA G League. So Ron Harper turned 62 years old today. Happy birthday to him. His Pistons connection is that he served as the team's assistant coach between 2005 and 2007, and he certainly played many games against the Pistons during his career, but more about that later. So starting at the beginning, Harper was the youngest of 6 children raised in a single-parent household by their mother. She worked several jobs to support the family, including as a school teacher and on an assembly line at a General Motors plant. In high school, he first attended Belmont High School in Dayton, but was cut from the freshman team and didn't play as a sophomore. He later transferred to Kaiser High School in Dayton, and as a senior, averaged 20.5 points, 13.4 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 steals, and 6 blocked shots, and was named First Team All-Ohio. He graduated from Kaiser in 1982. The Kaiser High School facility is now an elementary school. In 2006, Harper attended a ceremony at which the school's gymnasium was named for him. Harper starred at Miami University in Oxford, Ohio, for 4 seasons from 1982-83 through 1985-86. As a freshman, Harper scored 12.8 points per game and led Miami in rebounding with 7.0 per game as the team went 13-15. As a sophomore, he led the team in scoring with 16.3 points per game and in rebounding with 7.6 per game as Miami went 24-6 and won the Mid-American Conference Championship, the MAC Tournament Championship, and earned a berth in the NCAA Tournament. In his junior season, he set personal bests and again led the team with 24.9 points and 10.7 rebounds per game, and also led in steals with 2.6 per game. He was named MAC Player of the Year as the team went 20-11, finished second in the MAC, and earned a berth in the NCAA Tournament. In his senior season, on March 8, 1986, he set both a Miami and a MAC tournament single-game scoring record of 45 points in one game. as well as snaring 18 rebounds. His scoring average of 24.9 per game is second all-time at Miami, behind Fred Foster, who went on to play in the NBA for the Pistons in 1972-73. Foster averaged 26.8 at Miami in 1967-68. He again led the team in rebounding with 11.7 per game, as well as assists, 4.3, and steals, 3.3. He also became the first MAC player in history to record a triple-double, with 38 points, 19 rebounds, and 12 assists against Ball State University. Again, he was named MAC Player of the Year and also named Second-Team All-American by both the Associated Press and United Press International. Miami went 24-7 to win the MAC title and earn a berth in the NCAA tournament. Harper is Miami's all-time leading scorer with 2,377 points, and also leads in rebounding with 1,119. He was the first men's player in MAC history to score 2,000 points and grab 1,000 rebounds in a career. He also holds Miami's all-time records for career scoring average, 19.8, games started, 118, minutes played, 4,164, field goals, 969, and blocked shots, 173. He had a career field goal percentage of .534. At his final home game in 1986, he became the first basketball player in Miami history to have his number, 34, retired. Harper was selected in the first round, 8th overall, in the 1986 NBA draft by the Cleveland Cavaliers. Harper made his NBA debut on November 1, 1986, wearing uniform number 4 in a home game against the Washington Bullets, which Cleveland won 113-106. Harper went 10 of 24 from the field for 25 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, and 4 for 5 from the free throw line. He broke 30 points in just his 6th game, with 34 against the Sacramento Kings on November 11, 1986. He scored a season-high 40 points, which would wind up as his regular season career high, against the Boston Celtics on February 4, 1987, and had one of his finest all-around games on February 10, 1987, against the New York Knicks, with 25 points, 16 rebounds, 4 assists, and 5 steals. Harper started all 82 games and averaged 22.9 points per game and 4.8 rebounds per game, along with 4.8 assists and 2.5 steals. He placed second for Rookie of the Year balloting behind Chuck Person of the Indiana Pacers. I remember seeing Person on a basketball bloopers video and thought the blooper was his last name. Person, the anonymous one, doesn't want anybody to know his real name. As I thought back in the 80s when I was a kid watching this blooper video. In his second season, he was limited to 57 games due to a severely sprained ankle suffered in the second game of the season that kept him out until late December. For the season, he averaged 15.4 points per game. The Cavaliers made the playoffs, but were eliminated by the Chicago Bulls 3-2. As a Pistons fan, I know the feeling. Detroit was eliminated by Chicago as well, back in those days, more than once, as well as beaten a whole lot in the regular season. The following season, 1988-89, he again started all 82 games, averaging 18.6 points per game, 5.0 rebounds per game, 5.3 assists, and 2.3 steals, as the Cavaliers advanced to the playoffs, where they were eliminated in the first round, again by the Chicago Bulls, 3-2, this time with a 1-point loss in Game 5 on the Cavaliers' home court, the now-defunct Richfield Coliseum. This game was ended by the shot, the game-winning jump shot by Michael Jordan over Craig Elo that I still remember watching on TV. In his fourth season, 1989-90, after 7 games with the Cavaliers, on November 16, 1989, Harper was traded to the Los Angeles Clippers, alongside 2 first-round draft picks, turned into Loy Vaught and Elmore Spencer, and a second-round draft pick turned into Joe Wiley for Reggie Williams and Danny Ferry, the latter having refused to play for the Clippers. Harper, still wearing number 4, started all 28 games he played for the Clippers, but his season was cut short by a serious right knee injury suffered in a game in January 1990. Diagnosed with both a torn anterior cruciate ligament and torn cartilage, he underwent surgery. For the 1989-90 season overall, he averaged 22.8 points per game, 5.9 rebounds per game, 5.2 assists, 2.3 steals, and a career-high 1.2 blocks per game. His season was highlighted by a back-to-back 39-point games against Denver and Indiana in December 1989, both of which the Clippers won. In his next season, 1990-91, he was limited to 39 games, but still posted averages of 19.6 points per game and 4.8 rebounds per game, along with 5.4 assists and 1.7 steals. And I actually have a basketball card from this set called Hoops, NBA Hoops, from 1990-91 that shows Ron Harper playing for the Clippers against the Bulls, actually. Interesting, because he later played for the Bulls, but here he was with the Clippers with the ball in that picture. And on the back of the card, there is a headshot of Ron Harper. And in here it says, well, it says he's emerging as one of the most exciting guards in the NBA. It says averaged 23 points per game in 28 games with the Clippers after being acquired from Cleveland, November 16th, 89. Missed remainder of season due to surgery on right knee. Averaged 18.8 points per game in 9 NBA playoff games for the Cavs in 1988 and 1989. Was named to the NBA All-Rookie team in 1987 after leading the team in scoring with 22.9 points per game. And here it also has his college record in here from Miami. It says that his height was 6'6" and he weighed 205. So there, that's Ron Harper from my own collection of basketball cards. 884 cards have been released on Harper between 1987-88 and 2025, but that is my only one in my collection. So by 1991-92, his 6th NBA season, he bounced back to start all 82 games, averaging 18.2 points per game, 5.5 rebounds per game, 5.1 assists, and 1.9 steals as the Clippers advanced to the playoffs, where they were eliminated 3-2 by the Utah Jazz. In 1992-93, Harper was named a co-captain alongside Danny Manning and Mark Jackson. In 80 games, 77 as a starter, Harper averaged 18.0 points per game, 5.3 rebounds per game, 4.5 assists, and 2.2 steals. The Clippers again made the playoffs, but yet again Harper's team was eliminated in the first round, this time 3-2 by the Houston Rockets. In 1993-94, his 4th full season with the Clippers and 8th in the NBA, he played and started in 75 games, averaging 20.1 points per game, 6.1 rebounds per game, 4.6 assists, and 1.9 steals. On March 11, 1994, he tallied a triple-double with 26 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists, along with 6 steals and a win over the Dallas Mavericks. 2 nights later, he came within 1 assist of duplicating the feat, with 39 points, 11 rebounds, 9 assists, plus another 6 steals, in a win over the Golden State Warriors. On September 15, 1994, Harper signed a free agent deal with the Chicago Bulls, who were reloading following the first retirement of Michael Jordan. Harper found his niche with the Bulls upon Jordan's return, eventually becoming a fan favorite by reinventing himself as a big perimeter defender, ball handler, and mid-range scorer. And this is more the period of time that I remember Ron Harper playing, seeing him on television. In his first season in Chicago, 1994-95, switching to uniform number 9 with Chicago, Harper started 53 of the 77 games he played, although his minutes dipped to 19.9 per game, and he averaged a then career low of 6.9 points per game. For the first time in Harper's career, his team advanced past the first round of the playoffs as the Bulls defeated the Charlotte Hornets 3-1 before losing to the Orlando Magic 4-2 in the conference semifinals. In 1995-96, Harper's 10th NBA season, he played in and started 80 games, with his playing time increasing to 23.6 minutes per game and his scoring average to 7.4 points per game. It was a record-setting season for the Bulls as the team, coached by Phil Jackson and led by Jordan and Scottie Pippen, and with Harper playing a key role, had a then NBA all-time best record of 72-10. They then defeated the Miami Heat, New York Knicks, and Orlando Magic in the first 3 rounds of the playoffs, en route to winning their 4th NBA championship 4-2 over the Seattle Supersonics. In 1996-97, he played in 76 games, starting 74 and averaging 6.3 points per game. The Bulls had another dominant regular season with a record of 69-13, as they defeated the Washington Bullets, Atlanta Hawks, and Miami Heat in the first 3 rounds of the playoffs, en route to winning their 5th NBA championship, this time 4-2 over the Utah Jazz. In 1997-98, Harper's 12th NBA season, he started all 82 games for the Bulls, increasing his minutes per game to 27.9 and his scoring average to 9.3 points per game. The Bulls had a regular season record of 62-20 as they defeated the New Jersey Nets, Charlotte Hornets, and Indiana Pacers in the first 3 rounds of the playoffs, en route to winning their 6th NBA championship, again 4-2 over the Utah Jazz. Harper played his final season with the Bulls during the lockout-shortened 1998-99 season, with the Bulls roster depleted due to the second retirement of Michael Jordan, as well as the losses of Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman, the latter of whom started his career with the Bad Boys Pistons of Lambeer, Mahorn, Sally et al. The Bulls floundered to a 13-37 record. Harper played 35 games, starting all of them. He finished second on the team with 11.2 points per game. During his 5 seasons with the Bulls, he averaged about 25 minutes per game, averaging between 6.3 and 11.2 points per game during those seasons. After being released by the Bulls prior to the 1999-2000 season, on October 13, 1999, he signed a 2-year contract as a free agent with the Los Angeles Lakers and his former Bulls coach, Phil Jackson. During the 1999-2000 season, returning to wearing his old uniform, number 4, Harper started 78 of 80 games, playing much the same role as he did for the Bulls, averaging 7.0 points per game and finishing second on the Lakers in steals behind Kobe Bryant. Led by Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal, the Lakers won 67 games and secured the league's best record as they defeated the Sacramento Kings, Phoenix Suns, and Portland Trail Blazers in the first 3 rounds of the playoffs. In the final minute of Game 3 in Portland, Harper caught a pass from Bryant in the left corner and sank a 19-foot jump shot with 29.9 seconds remaining to give the Lakers a 93-91 lead. On the final play of the game, Harper helped Bryant block a shot by Arvydas Sabonis to seal the Lakers' victory. The Lakers would win the series in 7 games to set up a matchup with the Indiana Pacers in the finals. In Game 2, Bryant sprained his ankle and left the game. Harper and Glenn Rice, who played in college at the University of Michigan, picked up the slack with 21 points apiece to help the Lakers take a 2-0 lead. The Lakers would go on to win the NBA championship over the Pacers 4-2. Harper started all 23 games in the postseason and averaged 8.6 points per game, earning his 4th NBA championship ring. The 2000-2001 season was Harper's 15th and final NBA season. Injuries limited him to 47 games, starting 46. By season's end, Derek Fisher had taken over the starting point guard slot, and Harper would play only in 6 games during the playoffs. The Lakers reached the finals where they faced the Philadelphia 76ers. Following the Sixers' win in Game 1, the Lakers won Games 2 and 3. In Game 4, Harper made crucial shots on the way to 8 points, his best point total for the series. The Lakers won Game 4 and Game 5 to win their 2nd straight NBA championship. Harper played just 2 minutes in Game 5, scoring no points in his last NBA game as a player. Harper earned his 5th NBA championship ring in a 6-year span. Harper's career regular season statistics show 13,910 points in 1,009 regular season games for an average of 13.8 points per game, 4,309 rebounds, 4.3 rebounds per game, and 3,915 assists, 3.9 assists per game. In 112 playoff games in his career, he averaged 9.0 points per game, 3.7 rebounds per game, and 2.7 assists per game. Against the Pistons in his career, he played 48 games, starting 45 of them. He averaged 12.9 points per game, 4.2 rebounds per game, and 3.5 assists per game against the Pistons. On August 30th, 2005, Harper signed in as an assistant coach for the Detroit Pistons, working under head coach Flip Saunders. The team finished the regular season with an Eastern Conference best 64-18 record. They defeated the Milwaukee Bucks and the Cleveland Cavaliers in the first 2 rounds of the playoffs, then lost in the conference finals 4-2 against the Miami Heat. In the 2006-07 season, the Pistons again won the East in the regular season, but with only 53 wins in a lackluster season for the other 14 teams. This was their 5th consecutive year with the best record in the East, the first team to accomplish this since the Bulls in 1992-93. In the playoffs, the Pistons defeated the Orlando Magic and the Bulls in the first 2 rounds, then lost again in the conference finals, again 4-2, this time against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Harper's 2-year deal was not renewed in 2007. Harper's playing career in the NBA began around the same time as I began to follow NBA games on TV. I don't remember him much playing for Cleveland or the LA Clippers, although being in southwestern Ontario, I saw my share of Cleveland games on the Cleveland stations. I really began to be aware of Harper from the time he started in Chicago because of Michael Jordan getting so much coverage. Harper was a 6'6" right-hand shooting guard and point guard whose playing weight ranged between 185 and 215 pounds. His nicknames included Hollywood, Ohio Flyer, and Harp. He was inducted into the MAC Hall of Fame in 2023. Harper represented the United States while in college at the 1985 Summer Universiade in Kobe, Japan, winning a silver medal. Well, there you go. Hope you all enjoyed this little look back at one of the great, well, not great NBA players, but solid NBA players of the, let's say, 90s and 2000s anyway. Ron Harper. Right, so after this, I'm going to be starting up on working on my next Stories in a Song video tomorrow, which is going to be about the Bee Gees song, How Deep Is Your Love? So, I look forward to that, and thanks for watching and listening, and have a great night, everybody. Bye.